Good morning, everyone. My name is Christian. This is Two-Headed Wolf Gaming, and welcome to King Arthur, the role-playing war game, where today we're going to run this army all the way down to here, go for this adventure chance of battle where we're going to fight the Ancili, and at the same time we're going to use this general in order to do the Wrath of Caradoc and see what we can get. What we're trying to do is ally with the Saxon rulers here. This will also mean that we're going against the Welsh, so we're gonna get to war with them
Yes, my lord.
in the near future. Well, for now, let's just run this guy as far as we can. Do we wanna stop along the way, like somewhere in here? Or do we wanna walk the maximum amounts of points? I think we wanna walk. At the end of the day, I'm not sure we will be able to make it before winter, and if we don't, then we're gonna stop probably here in Dunster. Let's see, with the next army.
Yes, my lord.
The only problem we have here is we lost one of our units and also this break shield, so we'll have to protect them as we jump into this quest, but we're not gonna wait anymore. We have to recruit another unit. It really sucks because you're losing a lot of experience, especially on these ones, but what can you do? We need to get going as well. Some things we are against the clock on certain elements. No, I should probably declare war on these guys as well, but let's keep still for now. Caradoc, the ill-famed evil knight from Wales, is riding in Mercia. He has also captured the nephew of the Saxon king. Rescue the boy so the Saxon king may become your ally. And we need fighting, so we're gonna pick Sir Balin here. You arrive at the court of the Saxon king, who tells you that his nephew is being held a prisoner by Sir Caradoc, a knight of Wales. If you can rescue the young man, he will offer to ally himself with Arthur. He knows that Caradoc was last seen around the village of Peves in Mercia. You begin your journey to the village where Sir Caradoc had been seen. In a few days you reach the border of Mercia. Your scouts report that they saw some horsemen ahead on the road, probably waiting for you. We can just straight up attack them, but it's not green, so this is not enough. Let's take a few men, sneak there and surround them. Your warriors storm out of the woods and surround the suspicious man. After they notice you, one of them steps forward and speaks. "Hold there, sir, I'm not your enemy. I'm Feresh, follower of the Old Faith. I came to help you against Caradoc." Okay, how do you know? I thought you were with Caradoc and the other Welshman. And we can say I don't believe you and attack them. Well, how do you know I have a deal with Grail? A knight of the Round Table arrives to the court of the Saxon king, right when his nephew was kidnapped by Caradoc. Even without my spies among the Saxons, I could have easily guessed why you were here. I thought you were with Caradoc and the other Welshman. With the return of magic, many people have turned to the Old Faith to exploit its power. They have infiltrated the royal courts of Wales, and their influence grows steadily. Caradoc is the rabid dog of these druids. I can't allow such a man to work in the name of my faith. And what can you do for me? Caradoc's army is aided by a druid whose magical powers have decided the outcome of several battles already. If you fight them, I will keep him from using his might. I ask only one thing in exchange. Kill Caradoc. But do we wanna kill him? I don't believe you. This must be a trap. Death awaits you, so we can... let's fight him. I don't... actually... yeah. Will not be trustworthy. I don't believe you. This must be a trap. Death awaits you. Let's decide at the letter that fine, Caradoc will pay for his deeds. After you accepted the offer of Feresh, you continue on your way. A few days later you arrive at the village of the Saxon king mansion. Several houses have been burned down and there is blood on the ground. It seems that Caradoc was here. Try to read the tracks. It is very easy to follow the tracks of the raiding party. You realize that this was just a small group, not the main army of Caradoc, but they might know where to find the nephew of the Saxon king. Follow the tracks. A while later, you find the fresh tracks of raiding party and you hear them from far away. You venture a bit closer and see there are about 24 of them, all of them drunk. Kill them all. No, I attack them but spare those who surrender. You charge into the camp, some try to resist but they fall and the others surrender. After the battle, your men bring a prisoner to you. He says that they follow Caradoc and are raiding for supplies. The main army is heading north and will reach Grail within a few days. Should we get ahead of them and fight before we reach the forest, or find out why are they heading to Grail? The prisoner tells you that Caradoc can travel along the Mystic Sheet path. These open inside the fairy forest of Grail and you can travel huge distances on them in mere hours. That's why they are going towards the forest right now, so they can quickly go back to Wales. Let's try to get ahead of them. You order a forced march and you manage to get ahead of the enemy. An envoy arrives with a message and tells you that Caradoc wants to negotiate. I have my word to Ferris, so there is nothing to negotiate about into battle. Alright, let's hear what he wants. You ride out to the plain where Caradoc awaits you with his bodyguards. Greeting knights, I despise idle talk, so let's get to the point. You are here to rescue the king's nephew, and I'm here to take him to Wales. I offer you a bargain. If you can defeat me in a duel, I will let the boy go and you will let me and my army go freely. If I defeat you, you will let me leave with the boy to Grail. Do you think you are strong enough, knight? Shall we give it a go? We can either fight with the entire army or we can accept the offer to duel him. Let's try to duel him. He's an exceptional swordsman, he moves fast and his attacks are unpredictable. After a long fight you still manage to best him and he succumbs. You won, knight, and I keep my word. He waves to his men who led the prisoner to you. I lead the nephew to safety and then attack the army of Caradoc. I take back the nephew to the Saxon king. The king is very grateful when you arrive with his nephew. The young knight even decides to join the round table to make an alliance stronger. So we get +1 to Christianity, 600 experience, and Sir Tegir, our new hero, joins our party. So Sir Tegir, he is impeccable, +4 to public safety in known kingdoms, he's relentless, 50% income from gold. Benevolent, meaning recruitment cost is higher, and Crusader, -2 loyalty if the knight does not have at least one Christian unit in his army. Interesting. Could be pretty good in most of the regions, I would say. So let's give him some of these. Not a whole lot of rain on him, but well, with that in mind, this guy has allied us and King Ryan now of the Welsh has declared war. So this is the problem. This is our current problem.
Yes, my king.
We will take this guy. He is a what? A champion? I think he's a champion, right? Yes. And we're gonna throw him in here.
Ready to serve.
Sir Dagonet, he is a sage, so we'll combine them.
Yes, my king.
We'll make you the leader, I think. Let's see. Who's better? Well, they're not that better.
Ready to serve.
And I will bring our army somewhere around here. I think working here in the south is probably the better idea early on. I cannot make it to the city, so there's no point in staying there. Let's get some experience, like 10% experience here. And we're gonna try to capture as much of these areas as we can. We have one general there. There should be more. Like there's another one here. Recruiting.
Yes, my king.
Okay. And finally we have
Yes,
this
my
guy, which we should be working with. Summerborn and Springborn, these are light infantry, very strong in the woods, strong in clear weather and storms. And after this, we could get him some long bowmen, some Saxon riders, which are better. Are they better than? Yeah, they're a lot better. They're not that, they're cheaper too. But as a light cavalry, they're so much better. And I think Huskarls is the new unit as well. 8-6, this is 4-4 with a lot more stamina, so the Huskarls are really good. Do I have the goal to recruit something now? I would take some longbowmen. I think I will keep these units in here. Let's get 2 Saxon riders. And after that, get some of these brick, some heavy infantry. So this would be like 3 heavy infantry, some light infantry, some Saxon horses with the Sangreal Knights. We have archers, and we could throw in a few Huskarls, just like so. But maybe I'll wait a bit more. Right? Let's just wait. We're creating this army. We have the possibility, pretty soon we'll have the possibility to get some royal guards, which are also protectors. Let's end the turn, see what happens. And they're bringing their armies towards us. Banner of Gorlois. Let's see.
Hear my words, my good and gracious lord. Mighty Rayons, the King of Wales, has gathered a huge army and called all his heroes to arms. He plans to strike out from Wales and conquer Britannia. His stronghold is in Norgales. If you conquer this mighty fortress, you might be able to thwart his ambitious plans.
Okay, so here we are. +1 reign to all knights. Wales is the westernmost land of Britannia, a beautiful and fierce independent realm of tribal lords, wizards and dragons that slumber beneath the roots of Snowdonia. King Ryans was once the most dangerous of the warlords in the province known as Norgales, and from here he fought his way up to becoming the king of the kings of Wales. He is a descendant of a giant named Ritagar, and he trims his cloak with the beards of the kings he has defeated. He has mighty plans to strike out from Wales and makes all petty rulers bow their head before him. He has gathered his armies and called the fabled heroes to arms. Anne's main army in Sigales is a fearsome amalgamation of deadly bowmen and powerful wizards. So, if we defeat him, we're going to get minus 20% recruitment cost in heroes provinces, 2 leadership after 10 battles, and minus 15% cost upkeep cost for the army, +1 reign to all heroes, and then we will get Welsh infantry, Welsh bowmen, and Welsh pikemen. So that is, we will get them at a later date, but we are getting them. Okay, we also have the Orb of the Dragon. We're not using a whole lot of dragon spells, so I'm not sure we're gonna use that either. A new quest should be opened in here as well. Send a knight and an army to Rochester in Kent and find out the truth about the Knights of the Grail. There are many legends about the knights who are destined to play a role in finding the Holy Grail. Now the seers and wizards tell you that they have discovered the whereabouts of one of these knights. And Percival. Percival, but he is imprisoned in a grim castle in the wilderness. Before Percival was born and after his father died, his mother had heard a terrible prophecy about the fate of his son, and she took him to the wilderness where he was raised in ignorance of the ways of chivalry. Then she met and married Sir Bedivere, who became the foster father and jailer of Percival, who turned out to be a fine knight himself. You must find this noble young man, and then you can decide what you are going to do with the one of the Knights of the Grail. We can work on that. The quest is here, right? Yes.
Yes.
We're recruiting an army here, and then we will send them over there. It's autumn. I think it is a good time to try to recruit 2 more Huskarls in the midst of our troops, as we will be getting taxes soon.
Yes, my liege.
With this army, let's see, can we get it? We cannot. Well, since we cannot get there, I think our army is full, and it's okay, right? Almost okay. So let's bring them
On my
here
way.
to get some experience.
Ready
And I'm going to
serve.
take
Yes, my king.
this army. And I believe that attacking...
Ready to serve.
Let's try to get to the merchant first.
On my way.
Then I'm going to attack this army. What do they have? Well, a dedicated wife plus 15 movement to a husband, minus 25 income in own kingdoms, minus 3 loyalty in the old faith fiefdoms, and gentle, minus 15 military in owned fiefdoms. So as long as it's the leader of the army and you don't add her as a wife of a governor, then that is totally fine. And then we have Enid, plus 4 to public order, plus 2 to public safety, minus 3 loyalty in own fiefdoms with different cultures, she's an arrogant Briton, and careless, reduces the visibility range of the knight's army. Well, I would give her to him, to Sir Kay, because he's an arrogant Briton as well, but the careless one reducing the visibility range of a knight's army can be pretty harsh. Storm of Avalon and then more. Let's see, what would it require? 1100 food. Or something like Iron Fist, and what else? Do I want to... I'm not really using dragon spells, not during this playthrough, so I think I'm gonna sell this. And let's get some gold out of it. And some food, right? For not using any of these. I like that idea. So let's do this. Let's see, Sir Kay, do you have a wife? Because I might have given you a wife as well. Yeah, we did. And then, for one of the leaders of the armies...
Yes, my king.
Do you have land? You do have some land. It is Britain land. But she was careless. You know what? I think this works as well. I mean, I can give him this. Let's marry them here. Because it provides us with public safety and more public safety. The visibility I don't think matters too much there, and let's try to see
my liege.
over here. Am I going to give you land? Well, I already gave you land, yes. Are you a great hero? Well, not really. You have a wife, you don't have a wife. She's deceitful, thrifty, and precise. Okay. I guess I'm gonna
Yes,
use
my
this
liege.
army to go out down here.
Ready to serve.
You will stay there and get the experience, and you will
Yes, my
fight
king.
over here.
Attack!
I really hate these guys because they have the Curse of Shadows. Like, these battles going forward, they will hurt a lot. So we're doing stuff like this for now. Let's see, can I get to her? Yes. We're at 41% power. And she's at 54. But she's a great mage. If I stop here, I don't think I'll be able to recruit troops. It's only here that I'm able to do this. And it's gonna require us 2 turns to replenish all of our troops. I think I'm going to risk her capturing one of our territories. I'm okay if she attacks us, but we're gonna play this carefully. So let's end the turn.
Greetings to you, my lord. Lady Elaine, the daughter of the Saxon King Redwald, is a born warrior, a true heir to the traditions of her people. Those who meet Lady Elaine are charmed by her fierce strength and beauty. She would be a perfect match for you, the future conqueror of Britannia. But a princess like her requires certain tests of courage, if not from the once and future king, but at least from one of his best knights.
Here we go. Where we can get the daughter of the King Redwald. And you can get a different queen, because we need a queen for Sir Arthur as well, of course. The daughter of King Redwald, the fair Elaine, is nothing like the spoiled princesses of the knightly courts of Britannia. She's a born warrior, a true heir of the tradition of his father. The Saxons call her the Shield Maiden, like the virgins in the sagas who chose to fight as warriors for glory. Those who meet Elaine are awed by her fierce and proud nature and her beauty. They would go to war for her, and even the laymen agree that Elaine would be the perfect match for you, the conqueror of Britannia. But a princess like her requires certain tests of courage, not from the once and future king, at least from one of his best knights. And thus send a knight to accomplish the test set by Lady Elaine in Norfolk, and we can get 100% cost, okay, for a pretty long time, until we use 500 mana. Hero attacks +1 opponent. Active after 300 kills by the bearer in melee combat, 10% extra damage for Christian spells, and -30 mana cost for Christian spells. A very expensive weapon, a really strong one if used properly. Let's see, upgrades have been completed. You know what? One of the things I was looking for right now, if we take a look at the Chancellery, like, look at this. So we're making less income now than we're spending. And if I'm taking a look at income, we'll have like 30% reduced mine income in all our provinces. But I think going into this research with the mine shafts is going to provide us with a lot more. And we need it. I will throw in the channels first. We want to eliminate, like, even these events, you saw that you can get different points, you can get different advantages, so there is pluses and minuses to doing this. Scouts, let's do that. I want to see the exact composition of the enemy's armies. And this all take 1 turn. After that, in the military, I could take the break shields. That could be an interesting investment. But I believe that if we are going with mine shafts, it's going to add a lot to our income. So, let's see. We have a new quest here. Sword of Sir Marek. Sir Marek was a knight of the King of Ryans, one of the greatest warriors of the jousting fields. His pride became the reason for his fall when he decided to duel with one of the champions of Sheed. His sword struck down hundreds of champions, but you have to fight a band of unsilly champions for it. Okay, so we have a secondary quest there. Here in our capital, okay, things are going well. Our capital is quite stable, and that is awesome. We can go ahead and throw in a tournament, but we don't really need it. Let's see. Granary. That could be good. 25 less upkeep cost for the army in the stronghold. I think that is really good. 20 less building cost and building time in the stronghold. Yes, we're gonna do that. And then we're gonna go for less upkeep. We're gonna go for more food. And what else should we do? Loyalty. We're doing well on loyalty and military. +1 skill point for all heroes. That would be great, but it costs a lot of money, so maybe I'll not do it this turn. Let's get more food and gold income from the stronghold and the nearby provinces. That takes a lot of our gold away, but it should be good. With the Sangreal Knights, we're gonna give them the melee ability first, as we are going to do with the Saxon warriors as well. And we're getting this experience because we have in our stronghold, remember that we've added that building that... I give them more armor? Make them more? We provided them with the building that gives them experience, so that's why this is like so. You know what? Yeah, let's go for attack here. We're gonna go for more range defense on our range attack on our archers. Okay. Over here with you, what am I going to do? Go further with leadership? I think going further with adventure is a better idea. I want to make him a better general right now. A master of defense would be good. Or we could go even further with this. Army morale and rewards after battle. Other general skills. Sanctuary in the targeted area, +10 defense for all your own units, +24 Christian, -1 stamina per second for all enemy units, -2 for all sheet. That doesn't seem like the most useful one. Let's try with Master of Defense, right? The less victory points we need, the better it will be. For these guys, we're gonna start investing in defense and we'll choose an ability what? Counter attacks, -20 damage but faster attacks, Master Weaponry or Open Field Fighter. Let's go for the Open Field Fighters. We're trying our best to keep them in the open field all the time, so I'll do that. With you, we're gonna invest further into magic. And either I can give you more mana, or I can keep going this way. You know what, let's upgrade this to the max level that we can. With you, more battle, and I am going to provide you with more magic repellent. Okay, and on this side cavalry, we're going to throw in attack, defense, and what ability? Dodge, it's reduced armor but more range defense. Expert riding, terrain type, negative modifiers for movement speed and combat abilities affect the unit by only 50%. +20 damage and 30 faster attacks against archers and light infantry. And that is the ability to scatter. I mean, movement speed is great, but scatter could be an immensely good ability. Okay, let's add Evasive Combat, a passive ability, +30 damage and +30 resistance against polearm wielding units. Or we could get ourselves the range. Let's get the range defense. Going to increase. I think we're fighting less polearm units than we care to have that ability for. Let's see, an offensive stance. Minus 50 defense but plus 32 damage. Once again, evasive combat or armor piercing. Let's do armor piercing. Archers, finally we're getting the last point of defense here. Okay, the Saxon here, Saxon Queen is up north and she needs both magic, fighting and adventuring. Now, this is not an army for her. I will either bring, I think I will bring Sir Kay.
Yes, my king.
Yeah, I think I have to bring Sir Kay. Anyway, let's end the turn. The liege lord of the captured hero offers ransom in exchange for freedom. Unfortunately, this guy has this ability. Do your best not to give back these guys. You don't want them fighting again. They will really, you saw, but they will really destroy your archers.
Yes, my king.
With that in mind, this is it for today's episode. We're gonna come back tomorrow when we're gonna fight probably 2 major battles, if not 3. And until then, I hope you have enjoyed it. Let me know, because I haven't heard from you yet at the time of this recording, but let me know. Do you like King Arthur the role-playing game? Is this something that you wanna keep seeing, or is this something you played? Let me know either via the comments or send it to me via email. Would love to hear from you. Until then, until tomorrow, I wish you all to have a wonderful day.